What is up, guys? Welcome. Crypto FUD. All right, what a day. Felt like we've been on a roller coaster ride. You guys know we're going to give it a couple minutes, let everybody kind of jump in. What's up, Vin? What's up, Eduardo? Hey guys, welcome everybody that's jumping in right now. How are you guys doing today? So let's see here. So just I was checking something out real quick, but let's get right into this real quick. So hope everybody had a great day today. Obviously, we saw a roller coaster ride today, right? It wasn't nothing crazy, but it was almost like a little bit of a fake out in the whole market. So let's see here. So I sorry if I'm a little bit delayed because I have two screens up today and I'm having to look over to the right to look at the chat. For whatever reason, when I started up the program, the chat is not up on the usual screen like I have it. So let me see if there's anything that I can. Nope, there's nothing I can do. Oh well, let's keep this thing going here. So first things first. Make sure you guys hit the like before we even start everything off. Make sure you guys hit that like so we can bring everybody in. So today, Milady. So we're currently sitting at around 8.2, right? I'm sure everybody was watching the market today. And you saw today we bottomed out where we thought we bottomed out was somewhere around this 8.485 mark, right? Looked like we easily, we hit a bottom and we started to really consolidate. And then you started seeing where we had a nice green candle form. A nice 10% green candle form. So I was like, nice. It looks like we're starting to bounce, right? And you can see if we bounce over to Bitcoin, it was almost the same thing where, Bitcoin was kind of having a great day today, actually. It looked like we jumped up. We actually made it up to around 44,300 earlier today. And we've kind of, since then, you can see we've dropped. We're at 43,500. And that's pretty much the story for the whole market. And that's kind of something that I wanted to get on today. We've seen a nice cool off with Milady, right? We've seen a nice cool off since we made that local high, and we have been tracing down. I don't think we still have found the solid spot of some support yet. Hopefully we have at this 8.1. You can see that we've had it marked as a spot of some support. But the way things have been moving, it's not really with just Milady. It's the whole market. The whole market itself has been just slowly moving down, and a lot of like we said yesterday in yesterday's stream, a lot of the altcoins that we were watching that were pumping along with Milady are all down. They've all been down for the last like 2 or 3 days. So let's see here. Hey, hello everybody. AI, my plan. Let's see here. Midwest. AVK, Mayes. Sorry if I mispronounce anyone's name. I want to make sure I pronounce this person's name, and I'm so sorry. You were one of the first people to say hello. Is it Vaglovius? What's up, man? I'm sorry if I mispronounced your name, brother, but I appreciate you guys being here. So let's see here. So $50 billion Milady's over here for Midwest. Nice, brother. I'm sure you probably were eating up that dip today. And I do have a disclaimer. I bought in today. I don't even know if I want to say my amount because it's just so petty compared to like you guys with your 50 billions and your 100 billions. But I bought a nice 5 billion today, right? I bought in. I was able to. I was kind of catching it on the way down on this candle, and I did finalize and bought a few more billion right when we dropped down to here. So I usually, whenever I'm buying in on stuff, especially if the chart's looking like this where we're kind of searching for a bottom, I usually will buy in small increments, right? I will dollar cost average in and buy small increments. So, even that 5 billion was just a foundation. You guys know I'll probably end up buying more either as we move down or as we possibly move up, because dollar cost averaging isn't just for moving down. You can dollar cost average as we move up. Obviously, the goal is to catch it while it's down, right? You want to buy it before it starts going on a crazy pump. So we probably are getting gifted a nice opportunity right now where basically we got to see what Milady is capable of doing, and now we're going through a cool off period. So, I look at it as an opportunity, especially for myself, because you guys know the story. I actually bought in on Milady back when it was at its lowest point, right? And then I sold for a small 20 or 30% gain, and kind of, didn't really ever buy in with the plans of buying in, but I was moving all my funds into other projects that I did make money off of. But now that I was able to sell, which was one of the bigger projects that I was holding was ICP. So I ended up selling off like 2 days ago. And obviously I'm using that dry powder now to, allocate into other projects that have a lot smaller market caps like Milady. You can see ICP has been going on a crazy rally recently. Obviously we've been covering on the lives, but you can see it's pretty much the same thing. It's on a downward momentum, right? This spot right here I thought was really going to hold this $9.16, and you can see we clearly bounced off of this multiple times, was consolidating, looking like this was going to be the spot, and then it just formed this crazy red candle, and you can see right now it's currently sitting at under $9 at around $8.78, and kind of looks the same for Milady, right? We dropped, looked like we were going to find a spot for some support right here at the 8485 or the 88, I'm sorry, and we were consolidating, and we started to bounce actually. Milady was one of the only projects, well, not only because Bitcoin actually at this time was starting to rally up, and you can see, like I've been telling you guys, Milady is not exactly going in parallel with Bitcoin, but it will start moving in the same direction. So if Bitcoin's rallying and we start getting up 45, 46,000, better be ready, because Milady's going to start taking off again, right? But right now that Bitcoin is really just struggling. It's not struggling like it's not doing bad. I mean, you got to remember we're sitting at 43,500. I mean, Bitcoin still looks very great, but there's a lot of today I was like reading the articles and stuff, and there's a lot of FUD out right now. A lot of economic just FUD out there. People are trying to like discourage 2024, with the halving, with the Fed rate cuts, with the ETF, everything that's coming out. They're saying, not for Bitcoin particularly, but they're saying like the economy is going to crash in 2024, and that stocks are going to go plummeting. And you can see up here on the right, stocks had a bad day today. The stocks they've been rallying too, for the last few weeks, and stocks had a bad day today. And I wouldn't be surprised if it had something to do with a lot of major big players, billionaire hedge fund people that are running these enormous hedge funds are all over the news saying that they think that 2024 is going to be a bloodbath. It's kind of mirroring what they've been saying about 2023, right? They've been saying that we're going into a recession. This recession is imminent, and it's like, even if we were in a recession, it's like you can feel the sentiment. You can see like how the Feds are reacting. Like we're getting back into a bullish, narrative as far as all the markets, but you can still have these people that are holding on to that bearish, that bearishness. And they're I feel like not just them, but there's probably other catalysts that are bringing the markets down. And Bitcoin, it's not that it's down, but I just feel like you have a lot of scared money right now. A lot of people that were all hyped up into Bitcoin, they've either pulled out or they're sitting on the sidelines, and they're not adding anymore to their bags or into their portfolios or whatever the case may be. So I'm gonna catch up on the chat here in a second, guys. So hold on. So another thing too is I wanted to point out. So remember we were calling last night. We said the 8-1. We said the 8-1, and what did I said that the market cap was going to be around $60 million, and sure enough, that's exactly where we're at. We're at about 59.9 right now, 59,900,000. So Milady has gone back down to a micro cap altcoin, right? I mean, you can see $59 million is such a small price, as far as the market cap. And there's a couple of things that I do want to check, but let's jump into the chat real quick and let's see here. So AI was saying he still didn't sell. Good, AI. I hope you do. I don't want to give you financial advice or anything like that, but I hope you make the right decisions, and I hope you're here for the long run with us, right? Because this is going to be a long-term play. This little move right here, you can look back and say in hindsight and say, man, I should have sold at the top so I could have bought more. when we're down, 20 or 30%. But I've been telling you guys, me personally, I'm done trying to time the market. I'm done trying to time the market because a lot of times what will happen is you go and you go right when you go to sell. Doesn't it feel like the market always, like, it knows when you sell, and the project that you just sold out of will continue to just rally up, or now it's going to go on 100%, candle up. It's just like it's vice versa. And then if you buy in, they know you bought in, and now it's dropping, right? Doesn't it always feel like that? So I'm just so sick of timing the market. If you feel comfortable at your position of where you bought in, especially for Milady, then just let it be. Let it be. Don't try to time the market, because I will tell you, and this is for you, other investors will tell you, especially about crypto, is the being patient and just holding. That usually pays off a lot better than trying to time the market and buying and selling and all that good stuff and trying to move stuff around. You'll end up getting wrecked, and left behind. So AVK, let's see here. I was thinking a bounce a few hours ago, but butcher down. Yeah, exactly what I was saying. But I don't. It's not like we've literally this drop was a considerable drop right here, down here to 7 to 6. I ended up picking some up down there right when it dropped and made that big candle. I was like, I bought more. You know what I'm saying? I just keep adding as we keep making these big candles, right? So let's see here. Eller, hey, what's up, brother? Thank you so much for joining. Flip, what's up, brother? Let's see here. Let's see how much it goes down. I want to buy more. Pretty much exactly the same thing that all of us are saying. Eduardo, Corgi AI, we'll check it out. He's saying it's pumping right now. And AI saying $25 doesn't get you as much as it used to. This proves Lady is progressing. I feel it's going to go up over the weekend holiday. Bitcoin rallied again. 2024 will be a great year. And I completely agree with that for sure. If you guys haven't already, make sure you guys hit that like. Now, a couple things, Eduardo, we'll check out Corgi AI here in a second. I wanted to a couple of things that we normally look at, right? So as of yesterday, or I'm sorry, the 18th, because remember this information is a little bit delayed, but as of the 18th, whales have gone from owning 633 trillion coins to 644 trillion coins. They're still buying. Believe it or not, they're still buying. I know it might not see it on the charts where there's a big reaction in the charts, like you would think, like it would jump up, and continue to keep moving up. You have to remember, retail is selling as fast as the whales are buying. So it's basically like we're sitting here and holding on. We're holding on, and the retail and the whales are making the transactions back to each other. Retail selling, whales buying. That's what's going on right here, is what it looks like. I will point out investors. So remember, whales are the big $100,000 portfolios or more, right? Investors are going to be the people that are holding on long term, like me and you. Retail is going to be the people that are coming in and out, right? Doing those short sales as far as buys and sells. Investors, if you look right here, it's at 117 trillion. If we go back, I go back a few days, investors was at 160. It's been going down. You can see it was at 160 as of the 10th. It went down to 150 as of the 12th. 15th, 140, and where we currently sit right now, it's at 117. So investors have been selling as well, and these are long-term holders. Again, you have to remember, Bitcoin has been, not having rough days, but it's been looking like it wants to drop, right? It's been having these moves where it's kind of just been moving down. So you will get a lot of spookiness, right? Ooh, people get scared and they want to sell off. They want to sell off, especially imagine if, a lot of people that bought in, maybe they haven't been on the run as long as we have, right? And they bought in maybe somewhere on their way up right around here, and they're looking, and their portfolio is about to just break even. They're probably looking to sell off because they're anticipating that we're going to drop back down here, right? So you might have a lot of investors, people that were holding on longer than your retail. They may be they might have already sold off, just because obviously you look at this chart, and if you're not born for this life, you start getting worried. You start getting worried, especially when you see these bigger red candles form, and you also see Bitcoin has been doing these little swings where it honestly looks like it wants to drop, but Bitcoin's been holding solid, honestly. We have been making, these dramatic drops down to like around 40,000, 40,500, but they're usually short-lived and then followed by a nice little rally where we will at least bounce back up towards around 43,000, and that's what's been going on. You can see, we zoom in. Remember I was calling for this bull flag. Remember, this was the past weekend we were chopping in this channel, and I was like, this thing looks like we're going to have at least somewhat of a bull flag where we'll bounce. And I remember calling for about 44,100, and that's pretty much, look where we exactly bounced, was about 44,200. So the bull flag actually played out. It really did. The bull flag actually played out. And if you want to actually technically look, this is for Bitcoin, it looks like we might be forming another small bull flag right here. So we'll see how this plays out. Again, you guys know not always does the bull flag play out, right? You have some of these charts, you'll have a bull flag, and it'll just basically just say screw that bull flag and it'll drop, and do what it wants to do. It only takes, some big whales really to manipulate the market, and a lot of your TA will be thrown out of the water. So that's why it's a lot of times it's good to get different opinions from a full spectrum of people, but also take everything with a grain of salt, because anything can happen in the charts. Anything. I don't care what the charts are telling you, and this is TA. It can do anything, right? All it takes is for some people, some major players in the game to really make some big sales that no one's foreseeing, and all your TA is thrown out of the water. So we're just really looking at the charts and kind of predicting what we think is going to happen based on history, right? Real quick, hitting the pause. If you guys haven't already, make sure you guys hit that like. Make sure you guys hit that like so we can bring the algorithm. Everybody can jump in. Anybody that's looking for crypto right now, or any kind of meme coins or whatever the case may be, because we're not just looking at meme coins. Now, let me see here. Let me pull up. There was a couple things that I wanted to look at. And let me see here. So right here, this is Gate.io. So you guys can see up here, if we look at the exchanges, Gate.io is holding about 34.5% of the volume, right? So when we go and we look at Gate.io, these are the actual live transactions that are going on right now, right? And if you guys can see on the screen, you can see there's 18.84% buy, and the sell pressure is at 81%. So you can see right here, obviously remember, everything is buying and selling, right? Everything's buy, sell. That's how the markets are going to react. So if we're moving up, that means the buys are taking over. If we're moving down, the sells are taking over. Obviously right now with this ratio, the sell to buy ratio is obviously, multiplied. The sell right now is sitting, like I said, around 81%. So we're having a big influx in, sellers, whether this be retail or investors. A lot of people are selling. But if you can kind of see these transactions, they kind of go by real fast, but nothing really big that you see. Obviously these is just like it's just going to continue as far as buys and sells, but all these are little petty sales, like like $30, $45. You'll see maybe a couple, like this is a 1.27k, like $1,000, or I'm sorry, that was a $1,200 sale. But also on the back end, you can see a lot of buying in coming in, right? I see $1,000 buys, multiple $1,000 buys, $500 buys. So, I mean, it's out there, right? The struggle is real right now. The buyers and sellers are at war, but obviously right now the sellers they're owning us right now. But at the end of the day, just like I did earlier, I'm taking advantage. I'm taking advantage because we got a little dose of what Milady's actually going to be doing. When we fully get into this bull run and Bitcoin sitting somewhere around 60, 70K, we're looking, and we already saw what this thing could easily do. So I personally am not worried. I'm actually, like I said, I bought, I added to the bag, and I continue to add to the bag on these dips. So whenever we do officially find that bottom and we start moving up, I already been dollar cost averaging in and just basically getting ready for the next move. So let's see here. So Elon is holding really well. Why I think Dog Elon's holding is I think, there's not a lot of volume in Dog Elon. There really is not. There's just really people that are in Dog Elon are just holding on. They've had a rough, year or two, And I don't see, there's not a lot of people like just buying and selling. This thing has been just stagnant since we've been looking at it every day, and I swear the chart doesn't look like it moves whatsoever. It's literally just been staying. It doesn't even look like it's moving to the right. It just looks like it's just paused right there, which I mean I guess could be a good thing in a way, because it's been just sticking there right above that 0.5. It's above its 200-day, and it's just really been just stagnant. There's probably not a lot of volume coming in or out, right? So it's just been sitting there, which will tell me that most of the money that's in Doggy is all long-term investors. It's all long-term investors that are just holding on. So, but you know how Dog Elon works, right? You can see these crazy moves. It's like it'll just sit there and not do anything, and then out of nowhere it just blows up, right? So let's check out a couple other meme coins that are running, or they were running, and let's see what's going on with them. So right now, Bunk's been a big player. Everybody's been talking about Bunk, right? Well, look at this chart. This thing has been actually moving down a lot more than what Milady has. This thing has been really, and what I see from these charts is, you see all these it's a downward move, right? But you can see it moves, finds some support, and it has a nice swing up, and then it gets rejected, right? And what's happening is that Bunk right now is still, a lot of people are talking about Bunk. So you have a lot of people that are wanting to, that bought in on the way up, that are just wanting to sell out right now because they can see the writing on the wall as far as it's been slowly coming down. So a lot of people that are holding, they want to sell off. They miss this top, they're selling off. So as this starts getting a nice little jump up, before it gets rejected, the sellers will come in and quickly swat it out, and bam. But again, but you notice how it's making lower highs. So I'm not saying that Bunk's going to eventually, it'll eventually find a spot and bounce, but Bunk has a market cap of somewhere around, like, I think it's $1 billion. It was like $1.5 billion like yesterday, and I'm sure it's probably down now. But this thing has a very big opportunity to drop down because it moved up so fast, right? At $1.1 billion, you have a lot of people that can easily sell off that are probably in the green. Versus for Milady, our market cap for Milady is sitting somewhere around $59 million. Do you comprehend how small that is? 59 million. Bunk's at 1.1 billion. Do you guys comprehend? That's a 20x, like pretty much a 20x from where our market cap is right now. I mean, Milady, I don't care what you see right now, and I understand this chart doesn't look the best. If you zoom out, it actually looks freaking nuts. Look at this freaking drop, this amazing move that we just made, right? And now look, you're getting a second chance to add to your bag, or if you sold, to buy back in, and jump back onto the train, because like I just showed you, this market cap for Milady is at under $60 million. Imagine what's going to happen when Bitcoin and everything starts moving back up, and Bitcoin gets up to like 55,000. Milady is here to stay, and Milady's market cap is going to skyrocket, and it's going to bring the price obviously with it, and the volume's going to start moving up like crazy, and we're going to look back like we did before already. We've already gone through this. We're going to look back, and we're going to just be like, wow, remember when the prices were this, or remember when we had this beautiful drop and we had this opportunity. I know I'm going to be happy that I was able to buy in, and add to my bag, right? So that's obviously my own opinion. I want you guys to do your own research, and make the best decisions for yourself, right? But I'm just pointing out, for Milady, like I keep saying, the one thing that's the major driver is that circulating supply, there's already 82% in circulating supply. The market cap is under $60 million. This thing is going to fly. It's going to fly. All it needs is a couple things to go its way, and really what it is the volume that's going to come with the hype. And that's all you need. That's all you need, and this thing is going to fly, right? Obviously, we need the whole market as a whole to really start rallying. We need the market to really start rallying. Bitcoin, when we do get up and we break that 45,000, I think we're going to break 45,000 eventually, and we're going to start moving up towards $48,000 and $50,000. And mark my words, Milady is going to be following behind. Not at the price. Milady's not going to get to $50,000 per Milady. That would be insane, right? But the price itself is going to be following behind. So let's see here. So catching up, Andrew. Let's see. The average cost goes up each time you buy, even if it takes a dip. Exactly. Trust me, it was kind of hard for me to buy in just because we've been covering Milady for so long, and I had, I bought in at the bottom and I did sell for that small gain, and I had the last 7 months for me to buy in at 200% less than what it's at right now. So for me to buy back in, it was a little rough. I'm not gonna lie, it was a little rough. Me spending, like those hundreds of dollars for a fraction of what I owned, because when I bought in like, I think it was like 100 billion, and it was for like $100 or something like that. I remember I didn't put much in, and I had like a massive bag compared to like now I have like 5 billion, and I think it cost me like $400 or something like that, if I'm not mistaken. It might have been more. I don't even remember because I bought in multiple times, but it is what it is. I'm not just telling you guys this stuff. This is stuff that I honestly believe, and like I keep saying, the writing's on the wall with Milady. This thing is gonna blow, right? And for myself, I'm gonna just continue to add to the bag, and if we do move down, obviously we don't want to see it move down, but for myself, I won't be upset. I'll take that I'll take the short-term loss, right? Because I'm not selling, so it's not really like I'm gonna lose, but I'll take my portfolio being in red, for however long it takes for me to buy in at a fraction, and keep adding in at good prices. So let's see here. So a lot of people are talking about Corgi AI, and we're gonna pull up Corgi here in a second here. So bear with me. So no worries about Milady. Any token that would have a retracement after going up that high, that fast, is basically ran out upwards energy, and it will regain energy later on. Exactly, Clayton. You're exactly right. So Hey Call said, I sold all my Milady and bought Corgi AI. We're gonna check out. I didn't forget Corgi, Eduardo. I'm gonna bring it up right now. I just wanted to talk about Milady, obviously, because that's the main thing that we're here to see. So Corgi AI. Let's look at Corgi AI. Let's see here. So Corgi AI, I have been monitoring for, since it's pretty much gone into an existence. This thing's only, I was about to say, no way, this thing's only been out here. So so Corgi came out in the middle of the year, right? And you guys can see this massive chart. You can see this chart, and Corgi, actually, you guys are right. So Corgi had an explosive move whenever DeFi really started blowing up. This was about mid-November, right? This thing shot up like crazy, and we'll map it out as far as from the bottom right here to where it moved up. 2,300% it moved up. Just crazy numbers, right? And then after that, it had a nice big sell-off, which, I missed that dip like crazy. But let's map out exactly what we're seeing here. What's going on here? So Corgi AI, just mapping it out from the bottom to the top that we see right now. This thing right here is looking very bullish. It is looking very bullish. Now, what's crazy is the market cap's around $500 million. So think about that. Corgi AI, the market cap's at around $476 million, as you guys can see. Remember, Milady's market cap is at 59 million, right? 59 million. Now, Corgi right now has got a lot of momentum. This thing has the potential to easily move up, because at the end of the day, even $500 million is still a small market cap. So this thing has very much room to run. Right now, it's sitting at, we'll call it the 17 mark. It had a nice bounce right here at the 618. You can see right here at the 618, it was really consolidating, and it really just bounced off this 618 and took off again. It took off, made basically the same local high that it did before, had to retest that level, and it got rejected again, right? You thought that they were heading back down. It bounced at that 12.7, and it's been just steadily moving for the last day. So Corgi AI definitely is a big project. I think this is going to be a big player in the DeFi space. I don't know. You guys correct me if I'm wrong. I don't think you can buy Corgi on major exchanges right now. Is this a strictly a Chronos narrative native token as well? I'm not really familiar as far as that. If you guys see, I went into my DeFi charts, and this is on the Chronos ecosystem right here. So Corgi right now and on the Chronos is the number one trading coin is Corgi. So definitely a big player. This thing is going to be a big player, I think, as DeFi season kicks back in. Remember DeFi season 2021. It came a little bit after Bitcoin made it started making its rally. It wasn't necessarily after Bitcoin made its all-time high, because Bitcoin made its all-time high in November, and it really, like maybe a few months after that, we started really moving back down. But when Bitcoin really ran above $55,000, the alts went crazy. And then right after the alts went crazy, what happens is people start looking for, because you hear about Shiba. Shiba was a DeFi project that went insane, right? People start looking for those diamonds in the rough, those hidden gems, and they're all hidden on DeFi. And what happens is you'll see a lot of money start flowing into the DeFi. We call it DeFi season. That's when you'll see like the right here, you'll see the volume for Corgi. This is just for on VVS Finance, a swap. It's only at around $400,000. When we get into DeFi season, this is going to be at like $40 or $50 million. So much money is going to be flowing into these small little projects, and these things are going to be going insane. Now, is Corgi going to be one of them that is going to go insane? Possibly. I will say it's already been really going on massive runs, and it could easily, this thing's market cap just jumped up too. I don't know if it maybe was needed to be updated. Let me see something here. Yeah, you guys see this? Market cap just jumped to $640 million. So what I'm getting to is when we get into this DeFi season, this project might be already at $1 billion. This might be, it's definitely going to have a nice run, I think, and continue to move during the bull market. But there might be other gems that are hidden out there that are going to have these massive gains more than Corgi. And one of them that comes to mind is Milady. I think Milady is going to be a big player, because remember, something that I think Corgi doesn't have, and I'm not, I need nothing against Corgi, is Milady at least is on a bunch of major exchanges. You know what I've been hearing too? Been hearing in the bushes and the grapevines that Milady might be setting up to be added on to Binance. I don't know how much I am going to take into that, but if we jump on Binance, what do you think is going to happen after that? Maybe a Coinbase listing, right? And something like that could be the catalyst to really give massive exposure to Milady. We've been saying this. That's all Milady needs is the exposure, the hype, and the volume will come. That's what we need. That's how it's going to come. It's like baking a cake. Let's see here. So Eduardo says it only has a 50 billion max supply for Corgi. Yeah, dude, listen, I don't think holding on to Corgi is going to be a bad move for you whatsoever. I really don't. Now, I don't know about me. Like Haycow said, he sold all his Milady and bought Corgi. I'm not saying that was a bad move, but if you were to look to see what project has more potential to explode, I'm thinking it's Milady. Now, right now, if you're looking to see which project's chart looks more bullish, obviously it's going to be Corgi AI, right? It's going to be Corgi AI, but that's fine because we're not trying to buy at the top of a chart. We're trying to buy right now before we see those moves, before we see those explosive moves. That's what we're trying to get into. And again, like I keep saying, with Milady's market cap being such of a fraction, this thing has the potential to really make those big moves that we're looking for. So, a couple things. Let's look right here. So, let's see if there's any news on Milady or anything like that. Top trending. So, top trending right now. Let's see. So, Bunk, obviously it's trending because it's moving down. What's this bakery? You guys see this bakery coin? Bakery token? Look at this thing. This thing's moving. Bounce off the 200-day. And this thing's moving right here. Bakery token. Looks like it's baking up some good gains. Let's see. What is my thing right here? Injective, have you guys seen Injective's been moving like crazy? And it looks like Solana as well. Solana's probably making some new local highs. I haven't been monitoring Solana today, but yeah, Solana's making new highs. Look at that. It made a new high at $84, sitting right under at around $82. That's awesome. Let's see here. Fetch AI. Fetch AI made a new local high. It did around 80 cents. Nice. A lot of these projects are definitely, you can see a lot of the projects all were cooling off in the last week, and we didn't really bounce like too far down. So when Bitcoin started looking like it really wanted to move and it bounced up to that 44, all these altcoins just basically went back on another rally, right? Don't worry, it's going to come back to Milady. Do not worry. I'm telling you guys, I'm telling you, it's going to come back. And as we move, so let me give you guys some little price actions as far as Milady, because this is what I'm looking for. Obviously, on our way, if we're going to continue to move down, what am I looking for? Well, obviously, we kind of broke this this spot right here at the 80 mark. I obviously was buying in anything under that. Now, as we continue to kind of hover over it, if we are going to continue to move down under that 80 mark, obviously the next spot that I'm going to call for some support is going to be the 786 and right under the 786 at this blue line. 786 is going to be at the 65, 66, and right here at the 62.50. You can see we bounced off of this a couple times, and this is going to be another spot for some solid support. I'm going to be honest with you guys. I don't see Milady moving anything farther probably than this 62. I think that's going to be the bare bottom. If we do drop down, if we drop back down to like these 49s and these numbers down here and towards our 200-day, I'm telling you right now, for myself, I'm going to be adding so much to my bag. Especially if we drop down to this 200-day. We're going to be watching that. Obviously, we'll have a live if that does occur, in the next week or two. I don't see it happening, but if something like that crazy happens, that's going to be a spot where I'm going to be adding to my bag. I'm telling you, I'm going to be adding massively, where I'm going to be jumping up and I want to get up to like 50 or 100 billion. That's going to be at the 38 as of right now. If we get confirmation and we bounce at this 200-day, I want to tell you guys, remember how fast we were when we moved up right here, right? This was only about, well, let's see. Since we bounced off this 200-day, you can see it was on December the 4th, right? It was on December the 4th, and we made the local high on December the 15th. That was an 11-day move, right? 11-day move for us to move all this. So if we bounce back down on this 200-day, it's not the end of the world. You guys can see within a week or two, we could be easily back up to these local highs, if not exceeding these local highs, right? So something like that might be what we need, maybe to bounce at one of these key levels down here. That'll make it so enticing as far as for the buyers, because if we drop down, we'll see right here. So where we're at right now, if we were to drop down to this 200-day, that's a 50% drop. I don't see that dramatic drop happening, but if it did, that would bring the market cap down to $26 million. $26 million. I mean, that is just insane how small the market cap is. So imagine if you get the opportunity to add to your bag at the $26 million market cap mark. I mean, that's just insane. You'll be buying stuff at such a fraction. And I want to point out, so you guys remember I did sell ICP, right? I did sell ICP recently. I want to point out there was a time, and I'm going to zoom out, where I had bought in on ICP. I believe, yeah. I had bought on, you see this little channel right here? I had bought in and caught ICP right down here. And I remember riding this thing up all the way up. I didn't have a full bag that I just sold, but I remember riding this thing up all the way up to $8. Kind of like what just happened right here. And I was like, you know what? I was a little upset that I didn't sell, but I was like, you know what? It made me double down. And as we move down, right, especially into this buy box right here, I was just adding to my bag. And then look what happened. We had even a more explosive move. It literally went multiple. I mean, this was at this high right here was at $8 and like 25 cents. We moved up to $12. So you guys can see it went 50% higher than our local high right here that I thought I was so mad and I missed out on. And I only bring this up because you can't time the market. Sometimes these things happen for a reason. It is what it is, right? Like for myself, I use it as motivation for me to just keep doubling down and keep adding to my bag. And I was actually happy because by the time when I sold, I had a bag that was like 10 times the size of what I had when I bought in here. Because remember what I tell you guys, when I buy in, I don't just, like if I have $2,000, I'm not just going to go put 2,000 all at once, right? I'll buy 500. I'll buy another 500, right? So when I bought in here, it was a fraction of what I knew I wanted to have. So when it went up here, I just was not ready. Obviously, I looked back and I was like, well, I could have sold it, and bought back down here and I could have just, with the same funds, had double. Hindsight 2020, don't kick yourself because it happens. None of us have a crystal ball and it's going to tell us exactly what's going to happen with these markets, right? But I kept buying in, and what I'm saying is it paid off. It paid off even better than me selling right here. So, because who knows, if I would have sold right here, maybe I wouldn't have bought back in on ICP and I would have moved to something else. So, just, giving you guys that hopium that, just don't be worried. All this stuff happens. A lot of times these moves are healthy for the project. What I don't mean to be a broken record, but what I just keep telling you guys is just focus on the things that are ahead of us as the market cap, right? Focus on how small this market cap is. Let everything else play itself out. The market cap is all you need to worry about. Our circulating supply is at 82%. So we already have majority of the coins in circulation. So we're not gonna one day see that the circulating supply just doubled because it can't, right? It's not gonna be able to do that. So with that being said, just let it play out. Eventually, it's gonna play out in our favor, and we're gonna look back like I keep saying. And when this market cap, just remember a week ago we were all ecstatic, throwing out numbers. The market cap's going to be at 1 billion, 10 billion, 40 billion, just remember all that. It's going to happen. But you got to just stay strong and you got to take it every day at a day, day by day, right? And as we continue to kind of just have these cool off periods, for myself, my goal is just to keep adding to the bag, right? Keep adding to the bag. And like I said, next level that I'm really watching is going to be this 6-3. That's a solid spot that we had before on our way up that we kind of got hung up on and retested it before it really, really shot off. So the 6-3 is going to be a spot that I'm really watching. And then obviously, if we were to somehow break that 6-3, somewhere around this 50 mark is going to be a pivotal spot. And then obviously at the end of the day, this 200-day moving average right here that I've been pointing out, somewhere around the 40 mark. It's at the 38 to be exact. Those are going to be the pivotal spots that I'm going to be adding to my bag if we have the opportunity to see those numbers again. Nothing's guaranteed. We could, by any day now, Bitcoin can start rallying like it wanted to today, and we can easily start moving back up, and we'll be zooming out, and the chart could be back up here, in a week or two from now. So that's how fast things move, especially in this environment that we're in right now. We're still in this bullish mind frame, this bullish environment that we're in as far as with Bitcoin and crypto. We're gonna have these off days where we're gonna have cool offs and things where it just looks the market's gonna kind of get boring again for here and there. It's all setting up for 2024 where we're gonna really see some explosive moves. So me personally, today I was talking to myself, just like trying to map out like my investments that I'm going to be, taking advantage of, now that I have some solid dry powder on the side, and I already kind of mapped out what I'm going to be doing. And Milady's going to be one of my staples that I'm going to definitely be holding on to for sure. So let's see here. So Clayton said he never heard of Corgi AI. Interesting. Yeah, check it out, brother. Check it out. I don't know if, Clayton, if you're involved on crypto.com, but you can go on crypto.com, and I don't know if crypto.com, they might have it listed on their platform. If not, you just need to go on to, get their DeFi wallet, and all you got to do is swap either USDC or swap Chronos coin on one of the swaps. And if you, I did make a video on how to swap on DeFi. You'd have to scroll down. It's like one of my first videos. Bear with me. It was one of my first videos. So it's, it's not like, it's not the best, but it does explain in depth as far as like on MMF or VVS using those swaps to basically swap over your Chronos or your USDC stablecoin over to one of those DeFi projects for a small fee. Now let's see here. Craig was saying the Coinbase effect, right? Bro, it's real. It's definitely real. So let's see here. I think Milady's about to turn around, or should I say the dump is close to bottoming. That's what I feel. I feel like at any day now, if we continue in this direction that we're heading, I feel like we're eventually gonna find a spot that we're gonna eventually the sellers are gonna be exhausted. And I'm telling you, it's most likely either gonna be where we're at right now, or it's gonna be somewhere in this area right here. Because remember, back here, the volume was dead back here. So all the money came in at this move up here, and anybody that was buying up here is most likely sold already. So you have us holding on long term, right? And then you have the rest of these people that are maybe holding on, waiting to see if we're going to bounce. And if we don't, they're going to probably sell off if we do get back into these numbers right here, right? And who are they selling to? They're going to sell to you and I and whoever the whales are that are accumulating, because at the end of the day, you can look at the charts and they're moving down, but one thing that's moving up is the whale holdings. Whale holdings are sitting at 644 trillion coins right now. There's only 734 in circulation. So they are literally holding on. They keep buying more and more. In the last week, they've moved up 44 trillion coins in the last week. So that's what's blowing my mind is I didn't realize how strong the retail investor was. But I mean, I guess you gotta take in consideration that the market cap is so small that even when you see like $5 or $10 million move out of the project, you're gonna see these moves down like that, right? Because the market cap is so small. $10-20 million is a massive amount out of a $60 million market cap. So, it makes sense. So let's see here. People forget that they can get wrecked with gas fees when you sell too soon. Yeah, exactly. For Ethereum, definitely. That's why a lot of people, when they buy in on those DeFi projects, they are usually they go on a risk and they buy these DeFi projects that no one's heard of until like a month later. Then everybody's talking about them, but they bought in. They might have been hit with this crazy gas fee, but they bought in on the project that was like, now it's up 3,000%. So them paying that 10-20% in gas fees is nothing to what they're profiting, right? So I mean, it's all about timing. It really is. It's all about timing entering your investment, and then also timing as far as exiting your investment. It's all about timing. So let's see here. So Bam was saying, ladies is a no-brainer. If you know crypto, how could you not see about that this is about to explode? And I completely agree with you, Bam. And real quick, if you guys haven't already, make sure you guys have hit that like so we can send the algorithm to everybody that right now that maybe is searching, meme coins, crypto. I see we're at about 26 likes, but we have 41 people inside right now. Hit the like. Come on, it's free, dude. Just hit the like. Don't be a hater. Hit the like, bro. I used to be like that too. I'd be on a stream and I would not hit the like, right? But now every time I get on someone's stream, I don't care if I'm just watching it for like 5 or 10 minutes. I usually will give them a like, because that's the least thing you could do, right? Is just hit the like. Now, if you want to go a little above and beyond, hit the subscribe button if you're not already subscribed, so you guys can get these instant alerts. We do come out with a live every day around 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Sometimes we will come out with multiple lives if the market calls for it, right? If we're having some crazy days where we need to just jump on a live and see what the heck's going on, I will 100% do it at any given time, and you guys will get basically those instant alerts whenever I do, and also post videos on all your favorite crypto. So now let's see here. I like that term you mentioned, hopium, right? I'm trying to spread the hopium, Eduardo. Help me out. Spread the hopium. So let's see here. So Astra asks, what are your thoughts on the team's engagement level with the community? That is one thing that I lack on. I usually do not go on their Twitter. I usually don't follow what's going on with their Twitter because it's usually just like when I was checking like a month ago and I was like active looking at their Twitter, it was like all just NFTs, right? Because I know they have an NFT line, but it was just like really all NFTs. Like every day it would be like a new NFT or one that we've already seen. It really wasn't like anything, like much, right? So I really stopped checking what's going on their Twitter. If there's anything for us to check, let us know, but as far as like, their engagement, I know this was also back before we started really rallying, but I know there really wasn't a massive engagement as far as, other than them posting daily, the NFTs and stuff like that. But, as of right now, I've been telling people, just like how Shiba and Doge started off, they're, as of right now, Milady's in this in the development stage right now, right? It's evolving. Right now, there's not a lot of fundamentals that are going to be placed onto Milady. What needs to happen is Milady has to evolve. The market cap has to build up. The hype has to build up. And then that'll really get the developers motivated to where they'll start actually creating staking mechanisms and some kind of a burn mechanism. And then just like Shiba or Doge, maybe they will start implementing some kind of utility to their to the Milady coin, right? Maybe something that goes in line with their NFTs or whatever the case may be. But until we can really start rallying and moving up and really building a name as a project, they're not going to do it. They might have stuff planned out, but nothing's really going to take effect until the market cap's there for them to really work and do stuff. And that's how it always works with these meme coins. They always start off and they're kind of just, a meme coin. It really is just hype driven. And those are the stages that we're kind of building up right now. But eventually, hopefully they'll evolve. I mean, I don't doubt it because like I said, they have a really good popular NFT line behind them. They definitely have that behind the project. So let's see here. Do you believe it's time to buy more in this mark of the 77? Yeah, I mean, dude, I've been watching. I've been buying. I was buying on this last dip. I caught it when we dropped down towards. It was like somewhere around the 76 mark. I did catch that. So as tonight goes on, I obviously will be monitoring, what's going on, and if I'm able to, I definitely will keep adding to the bag, as I'm sure a lot of you guys will be as well. Oh, so AVK, if you're already gone, brother, have a great night, dude. I appreciate you joining. We'll see you tomorrow. Remember, at 6 o'clock every night. If you guys haven't already, hit the like and hit the subscribe so you can get those instant alerts whenever we do post videos, and obviously whenever we do go live. Hopefully in the next few days, this next weeks that are coming, we're going to really start rallying, and that's when, I feel like everybody's a lot more happier when the project's really shooting up. The other day we had a live and there was like 100 people in here, and everybody's just like talking about, like what their predictions are on the project. And that is a good feeling, right? It's a really good feeling for whenever you're just in that time and you're just watching the market and these enormous green candles forming. So we'll be back into that for sure. All right. So Fax, let's see here. Fax said, thanks for the live. I call for another one. Definitely. And let's see here. 2 hours left. Elon X coin, $3.95 piece. What do you mean by that? What did I miss there? And Simon, I love ladies and hold a lot. I hope you're talking about the project, right? Talking about the ladies project. He said, I love ladies and I hold a lot. Just want to know if you ever cover fine meme coins. Thanks and Merry Christmas. I've never heard of fine. But you know what I do want to check out real quick is, you guys remember this one from yesterday? Cock in you. Oh my gosh. Every time I say it, I'm like a little kid just cracking up. Remember, this thing was really rallying yesterday. You can see it's cooling off. A lot of these retail investors they're buying into these projects, they're getting in, and then right when they start, the hype starts kind of trickling down, they're out, they're gone, right? That's something that we really don't have to worry about as much, because obviously every project has to worry about that to a certain degree, but we don't have to worry about Milady, honestly, with that stuff, because we have a good community. There's a lot of long-term holders on Milady. We've been seeing, obviously, the whales are accumulating. I'm accumulating. You know, the investors are accumulating. So if retail wants to come in and come out, we'll take it. We'll take the volume, you know, and we'll help. It'll help just build the projects up. But you can see a lot of these projects that have been rallying, they're all cooling down. This one, there's another one. Let me see here. Is it I always freaking forget this one. I think it's on Avalanche. Damn it, I forgot what it is. No, that's not it. There's another one that's on Avalanche. If you guys remember the meme coin that's on Avalanche right now, and that thing's been rallying too, and I think it's really just cooling off as of right now, as a lot of projects are. So a couple things real quick before we do go. We did form another bull flag, right? Another bull flag. Let's map it out, because this one played out almost to the T, right? Almost to the T. And like I said, I'm going to show you guys something real quick. So I'm going to just map out this bull flag real fast. We continue to move down, stay in this channel though, we could see us move up and possibly make some kind of a new low. No, that wouldn't be a local high if we move down. If we stay in this channel, if we do, depending on where we bounce, I'll move it right there. This could move us somewhere around the 44.5, 44.6 if this bull flag plays out. Remember, I got this bull flag right here. I pretty much got it off of where we started to rally and at the top of this chart, top of this channel right here, right? And then if you moved to the bottom of the top of the channel, right? Usually will tell you around where we're going to be moving, and you guys can see this line was here before we even made any of these this chart right here, before anything started, right? We were back up here chopping, and I said this might play out a bull flag, and it didn't obviously go straight up, but you can see the bull flag pretty much played out. Now it actually exceeded where I was predicting, and it went up to 44, almost 44.3 today. So if this bull flag plays out, we could chop around maybe towards the downside a little bit, but we'll be moving up hopefully here soon if this plays out, and we could see somewhere around 44,600, 44,500. So we even also I was going to say as well as we could see this thing possibly move up towards a new local high, breaking that 44,900, 45,000 mark. And obviously if that happens, be ready, because Milady's going to be jumping. But while we continue to chop around for Bitcoin and possibly move into this downward channel, just be prepared. Milady might have a little bit more pain ahead of it, right? But I'll take it, because I'm going to be adding to my bag, and I'm sure a lot of you guys are too. So other than that, guys, make sure you guys hit the like, make sure you hit the subscribe. I know the live wasn't as long today. I have to go do a couple things tonight and get ready for the holidays, so I'm going to leave it there. Again, I thank you guys so much for being here with me. I really do. I hope you guys have a wonderful night tonight. Stay warm. I know it's cold pretty much everywhere. And we'll see you guys back here tomorrow. Remember, about 6 o'clock evening time, we'll be here. And hopefully tomorrow we have an awesome green candle that we're talking about, right? Again, thank you guys so much. Hit the like, hit the subscribe. Have a great night.